You guys asked for more Vince Gironda videos. Well, today I'm going to talk about what may very well be his least known diet, the Hawaiian reducing diet. Okay, in his own words, the diet is simplicity itself. It consists of red meat, chicken or fish, and papaya or pineapple 2 to 3 times a day. The secret of this combination is the high enzymatic activity produced by the papaya and the pineapple. This diet is good for 1 pound fat loss per day. Okay, then in a audio program called Gironda Talks, which is a recording of a seminar he gave, he goes on to say, Dr. Yu in Hawaii allows papaya or 4 to 6 ounces of pineapple at each and every meal, providing the meal is fish, meat, chicken, eggs. Although the carbohydrate level is quite high, the enzymatic activity is so great that it burns off and combusts the carbohydrate in the papaya and the pineapple. Now, let's work through this step by step. First of all, it is very true that papaya and pineapple are both high in digestive enzymes. As a matter of fact, if you buy tablets, okay, like these multi-enzymes from the vitamin shop, the source of papain and the source of bromelain are papaya and pineapple, okay? Furthermore, I know of people who had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, that didn't cure themselves as in it went away, but they cured the symptoms of IBS by eating a lot of pineapple. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, yes, they do certainly have high enzymatic activity. Once again, back in like 1971, Vince Gironda and Dr. Yu, whoever he is, I could not find any information about him, they were way ahead of their time. Okay, interestingly enough, they said that, or Gironda said that the enzymatic activity of the papaya or the pineapple combusted the carbohydrate. But the thing is, papain and bromelain are both used to digest protein. Okay, when they're in a digestive enzyme, they're there to digest protein. So that's interesting. Now, let's talk about my personal thoughts on this diet. Because like most of Vince Gironda's diets, I have certainly tried this myself, okay? And honestly, and it hurts me so much to say this, but I am not really a big fan of this diet. Okay. What I did when I went on this diet is I had 3 meals a day of chicken. Okay. I had 3 meals a day of 400 grams measured raw chicken breast. And I had 4 ounces of pineapple with each of those meals. Okay. So it was a total of 1,200 grams of chicken, and it was a total of 12 ounces of pineapple. Now, what I ended up having at the end of the day was 277 grams protein, which was 79% of my calories, 44 grams of carbs, which was 13% of my calories, and only 12 grams of fat, which was only 8% of my calories. And the total calories were 1,490. Now, that is interesting to me in several different ways. First of all, it is very, very few calories. Now, Vince Gironda was a trainer of bodybuilders, okay? He used to say to his people, we're not weightlifters, we're bodybuilders. He used to say, you know, bodybuilding is an illusion, it's about proportions, it's about aesthetics. So he didn't really have his people doing a lot of, any kind of sport activities. He did have them doing a lot of cardio. I can't remember him ever having mentioned cardio, okay, or recommended it. So people did not need a whole lot of energy to do his sort of training, but still, that's very low calories. Okay, another thing that I find interesting is it is extremely low in fat. Okay, and the 4 ounces of pineapple over 3 meals was 44 grams of carbs. So that's just under 50 grams of carbs. That should be able to keep you in ketosis. That's still a low carb diet. But what you end up with at the end of the day is basically a PSMF diet. Okay, protein sparing modified fasting diet, where you basically just eat protein, lean protein, keep the carbs low, keep the fat low. I've done at least 2 videos on this. I will link the 2 videos in the description if you want to watch them. But I'm not a big fan of PSMF, protein sparing modified fasting, which, as the name implies, is actually a starvation diet that's medically supervised. Okay, you basically just eat protein to keep your body from cannibalizing, so to speak, your organs, your muscle, okay, and you keep the fat and the carbs down low. So basically, you just burn a lot of body fat in a short amount of time. But like I said, everything that I do is performance based. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of the protein sparing modified fasting diet. Okay, because like I said, this diet has too little fat and too little carbs to get energy from either. Okay, now let's go ahead and just give you an example of what I take in for at the same time, the same body weight, the same body composition, etc., the same workouts. Let's compare the Hawaiian reducing diet that I was on to the pure protein diet that I was on at the same time, okay? Right around the same time when I had the same goal body weight, when I had the same lean muscle mass, the same activity level, okay? Once again, it was 1,490 calories, 79% protein, 44 grams of carbs, which is 13%, and only 12 grams of fat, which is 8%, okay, on the Hawaiian reducing diet. When I was on the pure protein diet, I was taking in 1,825 calories. Okay, so that's almost 350 calories more a day. Okay, instead of taking 12 grams of fat, I was taking 57 grams of fat, which was 30% of my calories. Okay, instead of taking 44 grams of carbs, I was taking in 17 grams of carbs. Okay, most of them were from the almonds that I was eating, so there was a lot of fiber in there. And instead of taking in 277 grams of protein, I took 290 grams of protein, which is 66%. So as you see, even on the pure protein diet, which is admittedly an extreme diet, okay, I was taking in a lot more fat, which meant I had a lot more energy. I was taking in fewer carbs, okay? Like I said, I did not really feel very good on the Hawaiian reducing diet. I'm not going to say I felt bad, but I certainly didn't have the energy that I did when I was on the pure protein diet when I took in a little bit more fat. It was certainly fun, okay, eating pineapple. I mean, I'm just the first person to admit, since there was so little food, basically, there were so few carbs, I could still keep my carbs under 50 grams a day and eat pineapple with each meal, which was almost like having dessert, okay? But like I said, I really just prefer taking in more fat, having more energy. Okay, that's just the way it is. Because once again, everything that I do is performance-based. I'm not a bodybuilder. Vince Gironda was a bodybuilder. I don't train bodybuilders. Vince Gironda trained bodybuilders. So if I'm going to wake up in the morning, go to the gym, do weighted calisthenics, do some high-intensity interval cardio afterwards, and come back in the afternoon to do some karate or something, I'm going to be burning a lot more calories and using a lot more energy. So, like I said, for me, as much as it hurts me to say this, the pure protein diet was actually a better choice for me as a quick fat-reducing diet than the Hawaiian reducing diet. As for losing a pound of fat a day, certainly possible. I'm not necessarily going to say it's going to be fat. I mean, he doesn't talk about getting you into fat adaptation, getting your body into ketosis, or getting your body fat adapted, which are very important for me before you go on the pure protein diet. So if you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, then you drop it down to 44 grams a day, yes, you are going to lose a lot of weight, especially in the beginning, okay? Another thing is, like I said, 1,490 calories for somebody who's trying to get down to 180 pounds. Those are extremely low calories, whether you're doing cardio or sports training or athletic training or not. So of course anybody's going to be losing fat. But like I said, is it a bad diet? No, it certainly was fun eating pineapple with each meal. It is certainly something that I'm glad I tried. It was an experience. I certainly did lose weight on the diet. I certainly did not lose muscle on the diet because I was taking in a lot of protein. And I certainly recommend that you go ahead and try it, okay, if you are interested in this. But like I said, in terms of practical recommendations to get results, I would really, and this is not me plugging my own, even though I am plugging my own product, this is not me plugging my own product because I've talked so much about the steak and eggs diet and everything else that worked great from Vince Gironda. But like I said, I really chose to stick with the pure protein diet after trying this diet out for a couple weeks, okay? It worked. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for my purposes, okay? Anyway, if you are interested, okay, in a diet that will get you quick fat loss, okay, if you are interested in a diet that will get you quick fat loss while saving your muscle, while actually building muscle, a lot of people actually get stronger on the pure protein diet, okay, you can go ahead and check that out by clicking the link below. If you're watching this on Instagram, the link's going to be in my profile. Low carb cutting and bulking, where I have the pure protein diet as well as low carb bulking diets, okay? So you can choose wherever you're at if you want to maintain your muscle strength and cut fat, or if you want to build muscle and build strength quickly without getting fat. Okay, low carb cutting and bulking, go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna come up with a lot more videos about Vince Gironda, Rio Blair, who was another 70s era golden age bodybuilding nutritionist. Okay, both of them have impacted the diets that I've come up with. So definitely keep the questions coming, keep the video recommendations coming, and check out low carb cutting and bulking. See you guys in the next video.